Well, there's Catfish Fresno. First one in the stream. Adjusting my camera here because I'm going to be doing things a little bit differently today because I've got a different camera. Well, I've got a camera I've used before, but I'm just setting things up just a little differently. But today, we are going to talk about the Ancient Mariner 6000. Oh, come on, focus, focus, focus. Come on. All right, well, that's not going to focus now. So we will maybe go with the box. Oh, yeah, there, that'll focus. Let me get this out of the way. There's Lance McCoo guy, Indiana Chris. Thank you guys for coming in. Today, unlike normal, I don't have the printout of the schematics because this one box. Focus, focus. And I can't find it online. That's the problem. I can't find this schematic online. So that one's upside down because it goes the other way. But I do have the schematic. I just don't have it printed out because I can't find it online. But we do have the reel. And there's real-time catfishing, Mr. John Parker. So, but I find that this is a decent reel. I've had to work on this one. Maybe we can get that to focus in now. Maybe I just gotta have it. Yeah, Ancient Mariner 6000. Lance, I believe you have a couple of these, don't you? I know we have 4 or 5. There's JBT. I mean, they seem like a decent reel. Let's see if I can get some more of this focused in. 2 precision ball bearings. A one-way clutch. Gear ratio. Let's see if I can get that to focus in. Maybe not. But the gear ratio is 4.2 to 1. You can get, let me see here, let me get, position where I can see it, where I know where to turn it. Hey, Abbott, how you doing? River Rat 3030. Thanks for coming in. I don't know if that's going to focus. There we go. We got our pounds. All right, well, I'll just tell you. Hey, Maurice Cason, how you doing, brother? We got, for this reel, you can get 250 yards of 16-pound line. 210 yards of 20-pound line. From my experience, you can probably get like 190 pounds of 30, which is what we have on this. This is Sharina's reel. She had a problem with it. It looks like John Parker has one. The button is tight and the brake just keeps turning. Uncle Lou, thanks for coming in. Well, John Parker, the reason I worked on this to begin with is Sharina would cast this and go to set it and it wouldn't engage. It would just keep going. I've already worked on this, so I know what the problem was. You're right, Abbott. John Parker and I can't fish where the lick. I know what the problem is, or was. I know what the problem was. I've already fixed it. And we've got, I think, 4 of these. We've got this silver one. We've got, I think, 2 orange ones and a blue one. I've got some left-handed ones, and Serena's got the right-handed. And this is the only one we've had a problem with. But I figured it out. I've already taken this apart and figured it out what the problem was. So I'm not going to be able to show you what the problem was, but I can tell you. So we will do that. Oh crap, that's not the right one. Getting ready to change my camera. So now I got to figure out why that avatar is the wrong one. There we go. I was putting up the avatar so I could switch my camera angle, move my laptop out of the way. JBT was stuck between an Ancient Mariner and a Cat Max last summer. I got the Cat Max as good as probably get the Ancient Mariner. Well, I tell you what, JBT, you're going to be hipper this week. We've got left hand and right hand Ancient Mariners. So, you can give them a try this week before you go to CatCon, because I know they sell them at CatCon. There's somebody that's going to have them, so you'll be able to try them out and see if you prefer the Cat Max or the Ancient Mariner. But the only difference is going to be what rod you want them on, because I believe I've got my Ancient Mariners on Ripping Lips rods. And the rods do make a difference. So, like I say, I've got my avatar up so I can move stuff and try to get, because I don't have 2 cameras today. So I'm trying to get everything adjusted so that I can do what I need to do. Let's go back to the starting camera. See there, I don't have everything moved to where I need it. Going to have to hide that comment. Yes, Lance, I agree. They are a good reel. Serena had a problem with castability, because she would cast it and it just wouldn't re-engage after she cast. So that was the only problem. Jado had a problem with him. I don't know what his problem was, but he asked me if I had any experience with him, and at that point I didn't. But now I do, so I don't know if he still has a problem with his or not. Lance, so you can put a ton of 65-pound braid on your Ancient Mariners. What do you consider a ton? River Rat 3030, I believe I said hi to you, and Catfish Fresno there. Want to be outdoors? Oh no, Matt, that's not it's not a PC Fun. PC Funs are blue. But yes, Indiana, Chris, it wouldn't engage to retrieve. Maybe it will focus in here. But it is an ancient mariner. And what I want you guys to know, based on the title of my live today, is, are you being deceived? Are you being fooled? That's what I want you to know. Yeah, let's see. Fresno says, I used one. This boat would let go. And if you reset the drag. Well, that's the problem Sharina was having with this one. I mean, she would cast it. She would spin the handle, but it wouldn't engage to retrieve. All right, Uncle Lou, thank you. I didn't know what J-Dog's issue was, but Uncle Lou says it was a drag issue. Yes, Chris. It was in the turtle part. Well, Fresno, like I say, we've got 4 of them, and this is the only one we've had a problem with. I know the color doesn't have a problem. It's just a manufacturing issue. Well, hello, Annette's catfishing. I'm saying, man, we've only had the one issue. And yes, Indiana, Chris, it was a burr. Once I break it down, I'll show you where the problem was. And I've already taken care of that problem. It wasn't a paw, it wasn't a spring issue. It was just a burr on a plastic part. I've got to try to reset everything here so we can get everything where we need it. Because I'm doing it with just one camera this time instead of my usual, using the phone and using another camera. So, trying to get everything set just right. Because I'm not experienced with all this stuff. I'm just trying to do the best job I can with what I have. Oh, John Parker, if you take yours apart, you're never going to get it back together, brother. Rose and Reels, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Well, Matt, I would have to go over, and I think Sharina's got a PC fund over in the corner. I'll go check and I'll let you know. I'll go let you know what is printed on the reel itself. That way we have an idea. Yes, Lance, they do hold more than Abu Garcia. But Sharina's PC fund reel isn't in here. But I do have a Abu Garcia. This is left-handed, but the right-handed reel is the same. But you can see that the Abu Garcia does have a shorter, narrower reel than the Ancient Mariner. Because I've got this side lined up. Then over here, this is the end of the Abu Garcia reel. And this is the into the Abu Garcia spool, or the Ancient Mariner spool. So it is bigger. It's more like a casting. Abu Garcia is a great reel. It does function a whole lot smoother, but the Ancient Mariner is more the same size as a Cast King 60. It's got a larger spool, wider spool. So, yes, the Ancient Mariner does hold more line. Uncle Lou says I have the same 6500 cabbage push part. Been apart for over a month now. Well, now, Uncle Lou, why do you have it still apart? What part is missing? Because I started doing these real repairs and everything, real cleanings, uh, last December, I believe. Only because, I had back surgery and I didn't have anything to do. I couldn't go fishing. I couldn't go to work. I was sitting at home doing nothing. Uh, that's the only reason I started these real cleanings, because I already knew how to take them apart and had a pretty good idea of how to put them back together. Oh, well, no, Clue, I can understand that. I mean, you order new parts nowadays, it takes a while to get them. Uh, I had ordered a whole bunch of bearings and upgraded parts for several of my Abus, and it took me like four months to get them, just because of you know supply issues. I found another supplier that this reel hasn't been upgraded. This is completely stock from Abu Garcia. I've still got to go in and do the spool bearings, and everything else. I just haven't ordered the parts yet. Well, which one, River Rat? The Ancient Mariner or this Abu Garcia? Because I've got two of these that are left-handed, and I've got one that's right-handed. The 6601s and the 6600s. Well, I understand that, Matt. But let's get to the title of my video, my live here. Here's the problem. Are you being fooled? Uh, I didn't set this up to read it this way, but let's look at something here. Ancient Mariner reels are aluminum 1060 made frame with heavy duty stainless steel gears. Now, guys, I want you to remember that. Stainless steel gears. This is on one side of the packaging for the box you get with the Ancient Mariner reel. Now I want you to look over here. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Focus. Oh, here we go. All brass gears. HPB 59-1. So it's saying all brass gears on this side of the packaging. But over here it's saying heavy duty stainless steel gears. Are you being fooled? What are they saying? you've got either stainless steel or you got brass gears. Now, I don't know how many of you have the Ancient Mariner reels, but have you noticed on the packaging that it says on one side you have all brass gears? But then on another one, it says it has heavy duty stainless gears. That's what it says, Uncle Lou. Right there. Stainless steel bearing, 50 plus pounds of drag. I'm not seeing that. Let me give me a minute. I didn't think about this. Let me go find an Abu Garcia box and see what I believe they are 20 pounds of drag. All right, so I happened to grab a box that goes with this reel, the 6601. So, let me find the English side. Maybe there's not an English side. Okay, well, maybe there is. It's all convoluted. Where are we at? It says it has focus. Max drag is 15 pounds. So my 6601 has 15 pounds of max drag from the factory, and it comes with uh, the carbon fiber drag. We'll take this one apart and we'll rebuild it whenever I order everything that I need for it, because I know that right here we have plastic bushings on each side. So there's two bushings that will be changed to bearings. I know on this side there is a gear that can be changed from no bearing to up to 2. So I can add 3 to 4 bearings on that. No, Matt, we have, I think, 4 Ancient Mariners. The only one we've had a problem with is this one. That's Serena's silver one. That was on her Dorado rod, her Mad Cat's gold rod. I don't remember the name of the rod itself, but well, that's a 7,000 that I don't have. I don't have the 7,000 C3 because I believe that one's made in China, and that's not the one I want. Serena wants one of those, and there's several other new ones that they've came out that I've seen at the cart thing that we went to. Yeah, Gold Rush. That's the one, Uncle Lou. Gold Rush. But she named it Dorado. But the cart thing we went to yesterday, I seen a whole lot of nice Abu Garcia reels, and they're just way overpriced for what they were. So Matt says, Thomas, you did a reel where you can change the bearings from one amount to another amount. I can't remember the name of it. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Matt, because the reels I've done, I have gone from the factory bearings to upgraded bearings. And that's mostly the Abu Garcias. Well, Uncle Lou, Shireen has got one of the green carp specials. She wants one of the blue striper specials. Both of her catfish specials, the black one and the orange one that we got from you, have both been upgraded with bearings and drags and everything else. Because I know this reel has bushings here instead of bearings. So that's why I'm going to change this one. That's the only one I haven't changed. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this one. Because though I'm not the only person to do reel cleaning and reel upgrading videos, I haven't seen one on Ancient Mariner. Where'd my wrench go? Here. So you'll need an 11 millimeter wrench, get the handle nut off. Whereas on an Abu Garcia, it's a 10 millimeter. And don't forget that little E-clip right there, which I need to order a bunch of these. That hurt. Because I can use them in other spots on a reel. Why ain't this coming off? Why ain't this coming off? You gotta be careful with these little E-clips, because if you take them off wrong, they will fly everywhere. Let's see if I can get a little bit better view there. Go ahead and take off your drag. And of course, you guys know that I try to take all this stuff off and lay it down in an order. That way I can put it back in. Catfish Hammer, welcome. Yes, Matt, I would say that most reels have a slight bit of play, because the anti-reverse washer that we're going, or bearing that we're going to take out, is, well, it's a mass production part. Now these little washers here, excuse me, they are bent. I don't know if you can see it, but they can go on one of three ways. They can go back to back to where they're flat. I don't know if you can see that. They can spoon, they can go back to back, they can go face to face, to where you get a little bit more tension on it, to where it changes the tension on your handle. So we're gonna then we got the side plate here we can take off. I mean, you don't really have to use a whole lot of pressure with your screwdriver. You just got the thumb screws on it. Just break it a little bit, you know. Then take your fingers and get them going. You take it off that way, because you do have these screws here that hold on your brake plate. Well, Catfish Hammer, I don't have ceramic bearings in this reel at the moment. I've got to get a new caliper to measure everything so I can order new ones. Because I believe this can be upgraded just as well as an Abu Garcia can. So I can get ceramic bearings. I can get everything else just like an Abu Garcia. So the box said stainless steel bearings. And then on another part it said brass bearings. Can you guys see the coloring on that gear there? Because to me, that looks like bronze. Doesn't look like brass or stainless steel. It looks more like bronze. But it could be brass, but it kind of looks like, I know it's not stainless steel. Then we got the gears on the inside. Now we're not going to worry about the brake plate and everything else at the moment. Let's look down inside there. You guys see that gear there? This gear here. Now, does that look like stainless steel? How many of you know what stainless steel looks like? Who knows what bronze looks like? Who knows what brass looks like? Now, if you look here, that's brass. This is a copper color, so I'm thinking that's bronze. What do you guys think? Go ahead and throw something in the comments on what you think that gear is. I'm kind of thinking that's not stainless steel. And we'll go back to the box here. Where are we at? Right here. Ancient Mariner, heavy duty steel gears, stainless steel gears. Has anybody seen a stainless steel gear in there yet? Now we'll go look at this side. Oh no, let's stick with this one, because that doesn't look like stainless steel to me. Lance McCoo guy, right here, this bushing with the bearing in it, that looks like brass to me. What do you think? Uncle Lou? Anybody? What do you think that looks like? That's just a bushing. To me, that looks like brass. That gear looks a little bit like bronze to me. I don't see stainless steel. You think maybe it's bronze coated? Stainless steel underneath? Let's go ahead and take this side off. Get your Phillips screwdriver here. Go ahead and loosen these up. Well, now, Matt, I don't know. I'm going to highlight that. Well, Indiana Chris, that's what I'm wondering about. If maybe that's anodized, but I'm thinking it might be more electroplated than anodized. Hello, QC Brian. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. Yes, that does look like brass. Now this is the left side screw, so I'm going to put them over on the left side. And you can see here, your level wind gear. What's that look like right there on the top? I mean, that looks like that's a bronze gear to me as well. Looks to be bronze. Well, now, Uncle Lou, I agree with that. But they are advertising on their packaging that is stainless steel. But then on the other side of their packaging, they are saying it's all brass gears. I'm seeing brass bushings. I'm not seeing anything stainless steel. Because that looks to me like a bronze bushing or a bronze gear. Then we have, well, let me get this E-clip here off, because we got an E-clip here on your level wind mechanism. See if I can get that off without losing it. Yep, we got that off without losing it. And you'll see there's a little spacer washer there. Well, there's two spacer washers there. Let's see, can you go? Let me get that comment out of the way. There we go. Focus, focus. But we got two spacers there. One's bronze. One looks like it might be stainless steel. But that gear does look like it's anodized. And it looks like the idler gear for your level wind might have a bearing in it. Because you notice, when I get a pointer, we got an E-clip here. And it looks like it might actually be a bearing in there. So let's find out. Get that little E-clip out. Let's try not to lose it, because they do fly everywhere. We got it out. So let's see what happens here. No, I'm not seeing a bearing there. Ouch! Shoot. Yeah, that hurt, guys. Be careful with your little pokers. But that's machined in there. Focus, focus. Come on, focus. But you can see a difference in the color there. Focus. There we go. I think it's focusing. Come on now. Focus. Focus, camera. Anyway, there is. Oh, and there's a little bushing underneath there too that I just found. A little spacer bushing. As you can see now that it focused, it's a press fit. So there is a chance for a bearing to be in there. Oh, there's a, you guys see that? There's a little spacer washer on top as well. So I think it's possible this is press fit into this ring. So maybe there can't be a bearing put in there. There's no bearing in there. Yeah, man, it looks like it might be machine pressed. In here, we've got, let's see if we can get this bearing out. Now, this bearing is being difficult to get out. But since I don't have one to replace it with, we'll just go ahead and grab the Q-tips. Do a little bit of cleaning here. And you can see the grease wheel, the circle of grease right here for where the factory grease was. Well, I really want to get that bearing out though. And it's not wanting to come out. So that brass piece comes out as well, but there's no way to push it from the other side. But you can see that bearing is there. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that in, or actually get that out, because I would like to replace that with a different, with a high speed bearing, if I can. Because this is loaded with grease, and grease is thicker than oil. So we all know that that grease is going to slow down that bearing. And I'm not going to take this apart because there's no need. That's just your clicker. Hopefully y'all can see that. So there's really no need to take that apart. And we got grease there, so I'm just going to drop some oil in there. Because the grease will be fine there. I want oil on the bearing. So what do you guys think? Are you being taken? Because we still got to do this side, the brake plate side. What do you guys think? Because it would be nice if that was a bearing instead of a bushing. And I'll be right back, fellas. You guys look at that and tell me what you think. I didn't save my banner. I ain't got time to type it. Kind of sucks. But yeah, man, it did look machine pressed. Brian? Well, now, Brian, don't misjudge an Ancient Mariner just yet. Because the other three we haven't had a problem with, and they do cast well. And I am a fan of Abu Garcia as well, so is Serena. But not everybody can afford an Abu Garcia. This 6601 is $170 reel. I believe the Ancient Mariner was like $90. So you got to go with your price point, what you're able to afford. Yes, Indiana Crisp pin reels have been around a long time. I have a pin squaw 30 left hand. I've got a part I want to get for this because I'm going to try to machine one of these and add bearings to it. But we'll get to that to another day. Where are we at here? Let's see what we got to say. If they're trying to make the price match, would they ever? Yeah. Definitely need to make sure they know they're advertising stainless steel on one side of the packaging and brass on the other. Yes, Lance, I agree. Ancient Mariner reels are some good reels. And Brian, I agree. Use if you're used to an abu, that's all you're going to want, because you know how they work, how smooth they are. And everything else. Like the new abus have the 6-pin brake. The Ancient Mariner here has a 10. And let me grab a Q-tip here and clean everything off. And it is a solid spool. There are no spool bearings like on the Abu. So that is a difference. But let's go ahead and put all this back together, at least on this side. Now I gotta remember what all I had on this side. Pretty sure I know. Oh, nope. Just had a brass one over here. Then we had that one. Had that one. Then had a brass one. Where'd that brass one go? It fell off my finger. Where'd it go? Oh, it fell on there. Alright. It's on there. Then get our little E-clip back on there. Remember to make sure you have thumb protection and everything else, so you can snap this back on without it flying across the room. Because I've had several of these fly across the room and got lucky enough to find them. And these little spacers are an issue. I think maybe I got one in the wrong spot. Because it doesn't seem to want to fit on there. So I will take this brass one off the top. Because if your E-clip doesn't fit on, you put one in the wrong spot. Or you need to check your E-clips, make sure they're the same size, which these look like they are. But if they are too tight to get on, see that still feels tight. Because you don't have any spin on it. And I know that spun before. And I know it's not as good as I want it to be. But, it's going back the way that it was. So I'm not quite certain what the deal is. Because I couldn't get that clip on there with the other bushing. And I don't think any of these bushings fit there, but they might. Let's see what kind of fitment we got there. Yep, that bushing doesn't fit there because, well, it doesn't fit in the gear. See, that fits down in there like it's supposed to. And it does spin rather well. You gotta be kidding me. Why didn't I think of that? I just spun this and I lost my brakes. So now I got a little brass collar lying around somewhere and a little plastic collar lying around somewhere. So guys, remember to take all your dang brakes off when you do something like this, because I forgot all about them. Now I'm missing a set of those. Hopefully they're here on my chest and I can find them. Dang it. Well, son of a gun, guys. That's how it works. Now I'm looking for parts. That I didn't even consider I needed to take off. So now I'm going to have to order parts for Serena's reel, or take them out of another reel of mine, just so her reel will work. So you got to be careful, fellas. You've seen it here. I am not a professional. You know, I didn't even think of those dang brakes. Now I've lost half the brakes. So I'll have to go take one of my reels apart, use it for extra parts, just so Serena will have her reel. But I will put this back together. Just so she has her reel, because this was my fault. Darn it. I hate it when that happens. So that's how it is, guys. Sometimes you just simply forget something, and then you're ordering a bunch of new parts. But anyway, like I said, there's bushings here. Darn it. Now I'm irritated. Like I say, in your level wind mechanism, there's bushings, not bearings. So you've got these bushings instead of a bearing. And yes, guys, right now I'm annoyed because I can't believe I did that. And I'm not happy about it. But yeah, it is something that happens. Man, it is annoying. Because it does happen. And now I know this reel's going to have to come back apart again later. So I can take one of mine apart and fix all the other parts that I just messed up. Darn it. Like I say, guys, that's just the way it works sometimes. Sometimes it will do that. And if you notice on your level line, your gear, your bushing on each end is a little bit different. Focus. Focus. See, this one is round. But on the other end, let me find some here. On the other end, focus up there on the spot I want you on. Focus here. Focus here. Focus here. You see here it's got some flats on it. And it's not completely round. Let me find a pointer. Here it's got some flats on it, so it only goes in one way. Because on your cage, you got a round hole. And then on the other end of the cage, let me get where you can see. Yeah, see on the other side of the cage, it's got flats. So your level wind only goes in one way. And then your bushing falls out. So then you got to take it back out, put it back in, which only fits in your level wind tube one way. Which is only going to go one of two ways. Because you've got your level wind gear there, and then you got your line guide that, you guys let me forget to put on. Because that only goes in one way. You guys always let me forget this. I don't understand why. Because your line guide only goes one way. But you guys always let me forget it. I don't understand that. But I guess it's fun for you guys to let me forget something. Now, I'm not going to spin that again and lose everything again. See if I can get this together in the right direction. Oh, well, there's the problem, guys. I was putting that on the wrong side. Now I'm going to get all this line back up. And if I was smart, I would have went ahead and put this copper bushing on there. Then went ahead and put this E-clip back on there. Because, that's what holds that in place. And that way I wouldn't have to sit there and hold all that stuff. Uh-oh. Like I said, guys, you gotta hold everything with your thumb. Because I just lost that earring. Oh. But I found it. Oh, dang it, I keep dropping it, though. Let me wet my finger there. There we go. Yeah, that little E-clip will fly everywhere, fellas. So you have to make sure you have it covered as best as you can. Because just like that, it flew off again. Now, that time I didn't have as much pressure on it, and I seen where it went. These little E-clips are a pain in the butt. There we go. Now we got her on there. Now all that's on there like it's supposed to be. Now we can line up our other side. Yeah, why isn't that lining up? Oh, well, we forgot these spacers here. Gotta get them on. And I've got them on the wrong freaking side, looks like. Nope, I didn't have them on the wrong side. If you have your reel seat in the proper spot, everything lines up like it should. And spin your gear there so everything lines up. And then you can put your screws back in. And it is a pain in the butt. Well, Uncle Lou, I have some names for these clips too that has nothing to do with E-clip. I agree. And it starts with an F. Well, now, JBT, it's not as bad as you think. Your first couple, yeah, it's intimidating. But after you do a few, especially if you do the first couple that are the same. Hey, James Gipe, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. If you guys don't know James Gipe, go check out his channel. He does a lot to help other channels grow. He will share you out. He will help you grow. What's that, Indiana Chris? What's a private convo? Everything here on my channel is public. Well, see, I just picked up this spool and I done lost them. You see, I lost them brakes again. I don't know where they went. I just picked the dang thing up. That's the hardest part of doing something like this, is you got to remember where everything's at. Because I'd already lost some of these. Then I picked it up. I had the others and I lost them. Oh, here's half of them. Okay, so I got half of them. Got half the brakes. And the other half of the brakes are on the floor behind me somewhere. And I probably shouldn't put these brakes on there. So I got to get this in there. So I'm probably going to lose something else. But I shouldn't. Hey DMV, how you doing, brother? Want to do what it be, what it is. I believe that's what you say. Techie Redneck, how you doing? Ah, how did those just fall off again? I had my finger on them. I'm just going to leave them off for now. I'll keep dropping those boogers. Well, Serena's in there. Maybe she can help me with chat. Ah, fellas. Here's what I did. I got that upside down. Now I got to take everything back apart. And change that. Which, if I wasn't on a live, it wouldn't have been that big a dang deal. But since I'm doing it on a live and I've already lost some parts, now I've got that line guide upside down. You know, I must not be having a good freaking day. It's irritating me. But I do have some other stuff on my mind. But we won't go into that, you know. Don't want to poke a bear with a stick. Which means I gotta take this little freaking clip back off. Hope I don't lose it. Man, everything just fell out. Ah, one of them days, guys. Get that washer back on there. Where's my E-clip? There it is. Now, hope like I don't get it flying off 4 or 5 times like I did last time. Nope, went on there just fine. Still a little loose though. Feels to me like there should have been another one. But there's not, so there's really nothing I can do about it. Go ahead and put the pawl back in. Nope, I'm sorry, fellas. I didn't know I was out of the frame there. Now I can put this side back on. And if you notice, with your real seat there, maybe I need to adjust my camera here. Get your real seat, get that lined up. You can line up your side plates, and they will be lined up. The words will be lined up with the real plate or the real seat. You just gotta get everything spinning. Cause see, with 6,000 there, I don't know if you can see it. Your real seat will be even with your 6,000 on your ancient Mariner, and works out the same way with everything else you're put on. You know, all this stuff that you pay attention to when you're actually doing it without trying to do it on a live, because you're trying to, you know, teach people. When you're not teaching people, this stuff goes a whole lot easier. Well, DMV, maybe you need to get you some reel covers. Fishing and stuff. He's got some how-to videos on how to make reel covers for a buck or two. And that will help you from having to clean them every month or so. So DMV, when you clean yours, do you use grease or oil? You know, that's a pretty big debate. You use grease or oil, Kenny? Well, now, Kenny, if you've got them and you don't use them, you know, that sounds like, well, being a little lazy, buddy. Because if it'll, just the simple fact of using them will keep you from having to take your reels apart all the time. You know, that will be helpful. But then on the other hand, you do know that your reels are clean. I don't know about that, Kenny. I prefer oil because it's lighter and it doesn't attract as much dirt. Because grease is heavier, it slows everything down. But they both attract dirt, so I can't go with that argument. Because oil attracts dirt, it'll hold it. Grease will attract dirt, it will hold it. But as far as grease and oil, I think oil is lighter. It will make everything spin smoother, and it's easier to carry in your tackle box. Now, we're on the brake side. You got these 3 little springs here you got to remember to take out or you're going to lose. And this yoke here, your pinion yoke. This was the problem that Sharina had with hers. Not quite sure how well that's showing up. But there was just a lot of extra material on the edges here. And that was what was keeping her reel from working right. Well, at least until I got into it tonight. And I lost the brakes. Got to figure out where they're at on the floor. So I wasn't thinking about those when I spun the spool. Now Sharina's over here wanting to know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to show her what she's going to find.
Oh, showing me what I have to find.
Well, what I'm looking for, and hopefully she can help me find. There's 2 little pieces.
Yeah. Right.
There's 2 little pieces here. Because I wasn't thinking about them when I spun that reel. Or that spool. But yeah, guys, it's just this little plastic piece here. That was the whole problem with her reel. Was during the manufacturing process, they didn't trim that. And I've got, here they are. Here's my Q-tips. They didn't trim all that extra material. And that was keeping her reel from re-engaging after she cast. I mean, she would turn the handle, it would click, but then her spool just wouldn't re-engage. It was all just this plastic. And you'll see this has got an anti-reverse gear for the handle. And it's also got an anti-reverse mechanical dog. This little piece here is also focus. This is also anti-reverse. That's mechanical. It's also got the bushing. Well, now DMV, all parts are easy to replace. You can always find new ones. Well, let's take this up. I believe this has got the dropped it. Well, that's all right, Sharina. You don't have to worry about being low. Unfortunately, ancient mariners have the Teflon drags. Focus. You can't take them out. So to replace your drag, you're going to have to replace your drive gear. Oh, maybe they do come out. Just on this one side. Yes, okay, great. At least on that side. Yep, on this side, on the bottom side, your drag doesn't come out. It's glued in. So I guess maybe that's how they say 50 pounds of drag. But yeah, that one's solid. want to see that, but it would be nice if you could take that off, which I'm sure you could, and replace it with other drag material. Because this one you have to grease just to get it to work. So I'm just going to use a little bit of oil, put the plastic, the Teflon on there, then throw on the metal drag disc. I mean, that should do it. But there's got to be a way to change that so that you can get the carbon fiber drag on there. Oh, wrong way. So I would much rather have the carbon fiber than the plastic. Teflon might work fine, but you know, that's really not what I want. I would much rather have the carbon fiber. What do you guys think? Teflon or carbon fiber? Well, I understand it, DMV. I do the same thing. I mean, you can only get frustrated so much. Like right now, I've got a little spring that should be up here, and I can't find it. So I took 3 little springs off. There it is. And for some reason, I know where they go, and they're just not fitting. And I don't quite understand why. So it's little stuff like this that frustrates me. So, oh, there's the problem. There's the problem. They're not fitting because I got something upside down. So sometimes I am just dumber than a box of rocks because I put something in wrong. You gotta remember how things come apart, guys. If I'd have looked at the bottom side of this, I would have seen where the springs seats were. You know, I wouldn't have had to take things apart. Yeah, Brian, I would prefer the carbon fiber as well. Right now, this has got Teflon. I'm sure I could take that apart and get that Teflon drag disc off the bottom and make it work. Get it all nice and clean and put carbon fiber in there. Then maybe it would have 50 pounds of drag like the box says. But what do you guys think? You think it's got 50 pounds of drag on this reel? I don't think this reel has 50 pounds of drag. I mean, it's half the price of an Abu. Abu only has 20 pounds of drag, so I'm not seeing 50 pounds out of this one. But hey guys, you know what? There's going to be somebody at CatCon next week selling these very reels. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, hey, that box says stainless steel and brass gears, 50 pounds of drag. Now I'm going to say, well, I've taken one of those apart. It doesn't have stainless steel gears in it at all. It doesn't have brass gears. It's got bronze gears. Hey, look at her. You can see Serena's feet.
Okay.
There she is. There's my lovely wife's
You can't see
part
my
of legs. Take a step back. A little more, well, why are you going that way? Come this way.
I miss.
See, you can see her legs there.
And when you ask them about that, I'm not going to be around.
Oh, they heard you, honey.
I know.
So I'm going to put this one brake back on until I find the other one that's there on the floor somewhere. Should be somewhere on my shirt, you would think, since I was spinning it in front of me. But if it isn't, well, I'll find it somewhere. And if I don't find it, well, I'll take one of mine apart. Well, I guess I need to get this turned the right direction. There we go. Now it fits. You wearing Crocs, son?
No.
Well, JBT said he saw Crocs. Oh, I guess you answered that. No, you didn't see Crocs.
You'll see my Crocs when he comes here. They're all tore up. The dog did it.
Dogs ate her Crocs. Guess I need to get this going the right way. All this stuff's spinning right. There we go.
Tell him hush.
Come on now, Fed. There we go.
Yeah, I have new shoes on, Jarrell.
Well, that's right. You do have tennis shoes on, not Crocs. Well, they're not new, Darrell. She's had them for a month now or so. I don't know why you're looking at Serena's feet like that.
No, I haven't. I've had them since they sang at the thing.
So, guys, this isn't my best reel video. I don't know what happened. I lost parts. I couldn't get everything right. I don't know what happened. Normally, I lose parts and I find them, but come on now, get on there. Great. But on my Abus, well, darn it. On my Abus, I normally take the brakes and everything off. Because, you know, you get little bit better casting distance without the brakes. So I just never add them back on. I don't ever tell anybody that, but you know, that's the way it goes. Because the brakes are what slows down your casting distance. So I just never put them on. I'll take them off, or I'll open everything up and then I'll close all the brakes, push them back on the pins so that I don't use them. That way I get a little bit better casting distance. And then with the spool tension knobs, you know, that's even better. Just them just right. One, you gotta remember this E-clip goes on after everything except the nut. You gotta put that little tension spring on there, then you put your handle on, then you put the dang E-clip on. So guys, I guess the question is, based on the title of my video, are you fooled or not? How many of you that have Ancient Mariners noticed that on one panel of the box it said stainless steel gears, then on another panel of the box it said brass gears? How many of you noticed? Lance, you've got Ancient Mariners. What did you think? Did you notice that it said one thing and had another? Said two different things? Well, guys, what do you think? Have you been taken? Have you been fooled? Oh, 15 people. Yeah.
Really, Thomas?
What?
You were not supposed to show me.
Well, I didn't show you. I was just getting it back up there after I got done, and you walked into the frame.
As I'm putting up, Thomas, you don't have to kiss my mistake.
So what do you think, guys? Have you been fooled? Like I say, on the back, it says stainless steel gears. Then on the side, it says all brass gears. We took one apart. I lost parts. Not important parts, but what do you think? Have you been fooled?
How did you see me?
What? That's because you're over there. It ain't my fault.
They're gonna see my dishes.
Hold on, guys. I gotta move stuff. There we go. So what do you think, guys? Have you been fooled? Do we need to ask Ancient Mariner what's going on? Why are they saying one thing on one panel, something else on the other?
See what Gary said.
Yeah, backyard carp. You know, for somebody that can't use a bait caster. He's my buddy anyway, even though he can't use a bait caster. You know, he's got the step up from a kid's reel. He's got a spinning reel. You know, just that step up from a spin caster. You know, he'll grow up someday and be a man. Have a real reel. A real reel. Anyway, I haven't seen any answers. Chucky has 4 ancient mariners. Never noticed that. Well, Chucky, we've got 4 ancient mariners, and I just noticed that today as well. But if you have your box, you will see it says heavy duty stainless steel gears, if that will focus, on the front of the box. Then on the side, it says all brass gears. Maybe I should get another box. Let's see if it says the same thing on every box. Let me get another box, guys. I think we have, well, we should have 3 more since we have 4 of the reels. What?
Don't need to see in the pantry.
All right, guys. I got to stand over here while she looks for one. Why? Okay, here's another box that we have in the pantry. I'm sure there's 2 more. Let's see, what do we have? Heavy duty stainless steel gears. Let's check the other side. All brass gears. Now I want you guys to know that, you know, I'm not just showing one box twice. Right here you can see on both boxes, all brass gears. Because, you know, I can see it on this side. And see what we got. I got them on the right side. I think so. Oh, let's see, what do we got? Where are we at? Where are we at? Focus, focus. Yeah, I can see right there. Heavy duty stainless steel gears. Let's check on the other box. Heavy duty stainless steel gears. Huh. All brass gears. So now that we know the advertising could be slightly illegitimate, JBT says you can use a spinning reel to beat eggs with. Huh. I would like to see him do that.
Don't say that. He's going to be here.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. So, well, guys, it's been an hour and 45 minutes. I've lost 2 little tiny parts that I got to search the floor for. Huh? If you haven't already, go over to Shrin's channel, and she has a video up for the real giveaway.
You want me to go get it?
That she's going to go get and bring to me so I can show it to you. It looks similar to an ancient mariner, in fact. Let's do some comparison. Because you've seen the reel I've got here, this 6601, the left-handed reel. C4. Now let's look at the Abu Garcia. Similar size. Oh, well. Similar size box. Same width, depth, everything. But you didn't know that either, did you? Ancient Mariner and Abu Garcia come in the same size packaging. And this is a 6500. Focus, focus. Come on now, focus. Well, it has been so far. There we go. Focus. 6500 CS rocket. It's not the Pro rocket. It's an international model. So it's not the same as the Pro rocket, but it is a rocket. It's an international. I believe the Pro rocket is a C3. This is a CS. It's just a different kind of cage. But I have upgraded the spool bearings, the bearings, well, the bushings that were in the line guide, and the line guide drive gear has got a foot bearing in it. So it's got the dual spool tension knobs that for some reason is overly tight. That might have been me. Could be. Who knows?
You're doing it real and you're showing its flaws, okay?
Well, no, I am not showing the flaws. It's just got really good O-rings.
Is that right?
Well, yeah, because, it's brand new. The O-rings haven't been worn out yet. So,
QC's got a Patriot rod too.
Who's got a Patriot rod?
QC, Brian.
QC Brian's got a Patriot rod. Which one? QC Brian, which Patriot rod do you... Don't forget to go over to Shereen's channel. What is it, March 9th? Is when the registration ends?
Yes.
And if you were one of the people that did it on the 7th video on her channel, we will go out and find all that, and we will get you entered in that as well. Is this the right box?
Mm-hmm. Yes. That's the only box.
Oh, no, I got it.
Why do you have two apples?
Well, I don't know, honey. Oh, because I got it to...
RC4.
No, because of the drag comparison. Anyway, go over to Shereen's channel. Look out for what video is that? What live stream? What video?
It has, the thumbnail is me holding it. It's the Have a Real giveaway.
Well, you heard it here. Yes, it is super Shereen to do that.
I guess like, hey
Let's see,
Jarrell, put the,
I'll make y'all. Oh, I don't know if I want Jarrell to cook.
Jarrell, can you put the video in the chat? If you can get to it.
Is he a mod on my channel?
You don't think so.
No, I don't know.
Should be.
Let's see. DMV, so was back a while. I went back too far. Well, what Patriot rod do you have, Brian? Do you have the Mad Cats or the other one? Mondo cat. Jarrell's going to be posting that link for all 13 of you that's already registered, but in case somebody else hasn't.
Well, do you not want him to then?
No, I want him to. I'm just saying. I've got 13 people in here. That's like the most I've had in the last hour and 50 minutes. So, and every name is familiar. So, I'm sure everyone has already.
It's like, it's really the first video.
QC Brian has the Hellcat.
Oh. Okay.
So is that a third brand of rod that has a Patriot model? So there's Mondo Cat, Mad Cats. Hellcat made by Mad Cats. Yeah, I think Hellcat might be Mad Cats. I'm not sure. But guys, make sure you get signed up for that.
Don't forget to tell them you're doing it international. I mean, I know nobody in there's overseas, but whatever.
What?
Didn't you say that? No ship it anywhere. Okay. I don't know.
But there is a possibility of that reel being, well, nobody here is international, so I guess it doesn't really matter. There is a chance of someone overseas winning that reel. So, depending on shipping, well, if you're overseas, we're going to ship it to you anyway. Because there's so many people that, enter giveaways and everything, and nobody wants to ship overseas because of expense. But, you watch our channel, you watch Serena's channel, and you support her, you subscribe, and it's subscribers and supporters. So if you're overseas, you're still going to get it. We will pay that shipping to get it to you. So, what did Chucky say right? No, Hellcat catches fever. All right. So, guys, I guess we're going to end this. I got those two little bitty tiny parts I got to find. They're somewhere on the kitchen floor. So, oh, hey, look, Jarrell. Oh, no, that was Serena that shared that link.
What happened?
Because Jarrell never got to it. But anyway, guys, it's been a bad life. I lost parts. I'll find them. And y'all have a good day. Thanks for coming in, watching, hanging out. Maybe I'll go live again in a little while. Just to see what everybody's up to. Instead of embarrassing myself and losing parts for real. Have a good day, guys. Talk to y'all later.